How would you like if I told you we're gonna take two comfort classics and turn it into one phenomenal dish? Tonight I'm cooking with Tammy. I'm gonna show you how to make a delicious loaded potato meatloaf casserole. Let's get it. All right, we're not gonna spend too much time on the potatoes because I think most of us know how to boil potatoes, right? You put it in a pot, add some salt to the water, give it a little flavor because of course potatoes are bland. And you're gonna boil these bad boys for about 18 to 20 minutes until they're fork tender, just like this. To this right here, to our potatoes, all right? Oh, and one thing, you could use for this recipe, russet potatoes or yellow potatoes. We're gonna add a small pinch of kosher salt because I didn't add too much salt to the pot. What you see, the little speckles, is black pepper, which is not a problem. I love buttery mashed potatoes, you hear me? Because let me tell you something, there's something about the buttery mashed potatoes when you eat it and it melts in your mouth. It's so comforting, woo! Anyway, once you get the butter in there, we're gonna add a good amount of sour cream simply because we are making loaded potatoes. Once we're done, we're gonna go in with some freshly grated Parmesan cheese. Now here's the thing, my loves, if you wanna add a different type of cheese, you definitely can, feel free. However, I love the creaminess and the nutty flavor that Parmesan cheese brings to mashed potatoes, especially loaded potatoes. It gives it that nice nutty flavor. We're gonna take our masher and we're gonna break the potatoes down. We want our potatoes to have body, okay, my loves? What that simply means is we don't want our potatoes to go limp. I'm gonna show you why in a minute. It's really important that you add the appropriate measurements. All right, we are gonna add some heavy cream to step up that creamy flavor. When it comes down to adding the milk of your choice, you wanna add a little bit first and then work your way up if you need to add more. These mashed potatoes wouldn't be loaded if we didn't add bacon. Now here's the thing, if you don't prefer to use pork bacon, you could definitely add beef or turkey bacon, or you could just leave it out. It's up to you. But those little bacon bits are gonna be like little hidden surprises. We have about 2 pounds of ground beef. This is an 80-20. I think actually it's a little bit less than 20% fat. I know for a fact. First thing I wanna do is add a pinch of salt and ground black pepper. All right, I don't know about your ground beef, but mine definitely does not come pre-seasoned. All right, you know what, just add the whole thing. We're also gonna add some garlic powder. All of the recipe details and measurements will be in the description bar area. We're gonna add some onion powder along with paprika. This is not smoked, just regular paprika. We're gonna add some of my all-purpose Cooking with Tammy chicken seasoning. Now, even though it says chicken, that's just a name. It has no chicken properties whatsoever, but it does have a ton of great flavors and herbaceous herbs. All right, we're also gonna add some but beef bouillon. Let's add that beef bouillon for that nice little beefy element of flavor, along with our Worcestershire sauce. Let's add some finely chopped garlic. We're gonna add 2 large eggs. Let's add some ketchup. We're gonna combine all of the ingredients that we added with the ground beef. Okay, let's get it all in there. And let's add some milk. The milk is really creamy, but that's okay. It's gonna bring out nice creamy flavor in the meatloaf, of course. And we're basically trying to combine all of the ingredients. Now, when it comes to meatloaf, right, you don't want to overwork it. You want to combine everything, but you don't want to overwork it. All right, this is going to be a nice, moist, delicious meatloaf. Once it looks like that, we now need to add a binder, right? We need to add something that's going to keep it together besides the eggs. So that's where we're going to go in with our Italian and herb breadcrumbs. Add a small amount first, of course. Don't want to add too much. You don't want like a bready type of meatloaf. All right, you want it to have the perfect consistency, texture, and you want to taste that meat, the deliciousness of the meat, not a bunch of breadcrumbs. I'm a little late when it comes to adding my onions, but that's okay. We're gonna add the onions and we're gonna fold it in. And that's the last thing that we're gonna add. In all retrospect, like after you add the eggs and the Worcestershire and everything, you can add the onions in at that point in time. Just gonna fold the onions in as well. Let's get our 9 by 13 casserole dish and let's get to cooking. We're gonna add some non-stick cooking spray. All right, add a good amount. You don't want none of this goodness sticking to the casserole dish. We're gonna take our meatloaf, just like that, and we are gonna spread it out into the baking dish. Spread it out evenly. All right, it should look just like this once you're done. Make sure you get it in all the corners and make it look neat. After all, you're gonna be enjoying this in a couple of minutes, so why not, all right? Medium saucepan because we're gonna be making a brown gravy. We're gonna add a small amount of flour. And we're gonna do this for about a minute. We wanna cook the floury taste out of the flour, of course. You don't wanna have a doughy tasting gravy. Let's add our beef broth, of course. The flour, of course, is gonna work as a thickening agent, so keep stirring. Let's add a pinch of salt and ground black pepper. In this ramekin, I have both garlic powder and onion powder. We're gonna flavor it on up. We're also gonna add some of our Worcestershire sauce. Make sure if you're using granulated powders, like for instance, granulated garlic powder, granulated, or not even powder. I don't know why we always say that. Garlic powder, onion powder, and a lot of times it's granulated, right? Granulated garlic, granulated onion. But for some reason, we always call it powder towards the end. But nevertheless, if you're using any type of granulated or granulation type seasonings, you want to make sure you get near and stir it up really, really good because you want to break it down as much as possible. We want it to be even browner, so let's go ahead and add a small amount of browning. Not too much. When it comes to browning, you want to add a small amount because a little bit goes a far way, as you can see. Now here's the thing. You could use Kitchen Bouquet, Walker's Wood, or even, what's the other one? Grace. Let's say that your gravy is a little bit too thick. Take some of that reserve broth and add it. Or if your gravy is not thick enough, allow it to continue cooking in order to reduce, and it will definitely thicken up at that point in time. We're gonna allow the gravy to cool down just a bit, and yeah, that's about it. I know this is gonna appear crazy and weird to a lot of us, but that's okay. Just follow me so far. We're gonna add some gravy. We're gonna lock in that moistness. This may be looking good, but guess what? The beef is still raw. We're gonna take the back of our spoon and we're just gonna spread the gravy onto the meat. And adding the gravy is not only gonna create more flavor, but it's gonna lock in a ton of moisture as well. Just when you thought it could get any crazier, we're gonna add our potatoes to the top. And I know you're probably like, wait a minute, you're gonna add all of these potatoes to the top, how is the meat gonna cook? Guess what? It's gonna cook, trust and believe. Cooking with Tammy has been doing this for a lot of years, and she hasn't led you wrong, right? Haven't led you down a wrong path. Just follow everything that I'm doing, and I can guarantee you and promise you, you're gonna have the best loaded potato meatloaf casserole. You're gonna spread the potatoes evenly on top of the gravy and on top of the meat. Just like, Don't forget, those are the bacon bits that we added to the mash earlier. Cooking time and instructions: 375 degrees Fahrenheit. Into the oven, covered with aluminum foil for about 35 minutes. Now, cooking at 375 degrees Fahrenheit, if the meat is not cooked at that point, I don't know what to tell you. But at 375, 35 minutes, the meat is gonna be perfectly cooked. But a casserole would not be a casserole without cheese. So in this hand right here, I have some grated, shredded cheddar cheese. If you wanna add, like, let's say maybe some smoked Gouda, that would be perfectly fine. If you wanna add some more freshly grated Parmesan cheese in aloo with another type of cheese. Mexican blend is good as well. I'm gonna go ahead and add a small amount of bacon bits for now. This is thick cut bacon. Cut it up into shredded pieces. Let's add some freshly chopped parsley. Oh, this is gonna go back into our oven, 350 degrees Fahrenheit. Yes, we're gonna reduce the temperature, and this time we're gonna get rid of the aluminum foil because we're not gonna put the aluminum foil on. This is gonna go in uncovered for about 15 minutes or until the cheese is perfectly melted and bubbly. We allowed it to sit for, I wanna say about 20 to 25 minutes. Okay, this way. Main important thing, let's cut into the meat and let's see if it's cooked all the way through. And yes, it is. Because I know that's, even though I explained it, I know it was still going to be a main concern for a lot of people. You know what? Before we even get busy, let's add some gravy. Ooh, goodness gracious. Let's see. Get the potatoes, the gravy, everything. Happy Sunday. Happy Sunday. I'm about to lose it right now. I'm about to lose it right now. My goodness, I can't even talk to you guys. I gotta keep eating. I don't know what's even better than the next. I don't know if the meatloaf casserole is better than the gravy or the, let me be honest with you. Everything in combination is so flavored to the T. Nothing is overly seasoned. It is just perfect. When I say to perfection, definitely to perfection. You guys have to definitely try this recipe because it's gonna blow your mind. It really, really is. Creamy loaded mashed potatoes and this delicious decadent brown gravy. My goodness gracious. Let me tell you something, all right? You're gonna follow this recipe in its entirety. You're gonna follow it to the T. Everything that I've done or everything that I've demonstrated when it came to creating this recipe, don't leave anything out. It's gonna definitely pay off, all right? Now here's the thing. If you don't have the Cooking with Tammy all-purpose chicken seasoning, you need to grab this on up. Website cookingwithtammy.shop. I'm gonna leave the link below. Full recipe details are gonna be at the bottom of the video. You're gonna see a word in bold, M-O-R-E, for more. You're gonna click on it and it's gonna give you just what it says, more. It's gonna display a drop-down box and you're gonna find the full recipe details there, all right? And that's about it, my loves. Definitely give this recipe a try. Yes, nostalgia meets comfort. The crazy thing is, right, I've had meatloaf before. Of course, we've all had mashed potatoes before. Nothing in comparison. The combination is just out of this world superb. Anyway, my loves, as always, I'm your girl Cooking with Tammy, and I will definitely catch you guys in another video. Talk to you later. Bye, guys.
Closer to my